Hey guys, welcome back to the Second Time Lucky Mining channel. In today's quick video, we are going to have a look at the mining statistics for the month of April. If you like the mining content, please like the video and maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. It will help me out a great deal. But enough of shilling my channel. Let's jump into the content. Now, can you believe it? The month of April is done and dusted. And as usual, at the end of the month, I have a look at the GPU mining statistics. Now, April specifically has been quite interesting and I've been looking forward to have a look at this. Why so? There was new coins that are or were becoming mineable, like Ironfish. One of our favorite coins has started to see some ASICs on the network. Hint, hint, Casper. So there's been a lot of action and even profitability has gone up and down. We saw Bitcoin breach 30K and it coming down a little bit. So there's a lot of action that happened in the month of April, and in today's video, we are going to have a look at least where do we stand at the end of April. Now, what the hell are we going to have a look at? And I generally like to have a look at four things. The first one being is what is the most popular coin people are mining. The second one is what is the market share between AMD and Nvidia. The third one is what is the most popular GPUs people are using within the individual stable, so within Nvidia and AMD. And the last one being what is the mining software that people are using to mine. So something like LOL, T-Rex or Team Red Miner. What is the most popular software? Now, getting the disclaimers out of the way, we are going to be making use of the HiveOS statistics and we will be comparing it between previous months' data. And that will give us a nice view of what people are specifically moving to. Yes, this is specifically only a snapshot in time and we'll again be looking at it at the end of April, but we'll be comparing with what people did the previous month, and that gives us a general idea. Now, the other thing that you need to have a look at is this is not perfect and no statistics is perfect. Why in this case? Well, we're only having a look at the HiveOS statistics. Now, people might be using other mining software that we won't be picking up, but again, the important point here is we will be picking up trends, and that's what I like to have a look at. Now, enough talking about it. Let's jump on the computer and have a look at the statistics.
Okay, so here we are on the computer, and as you can see here, I've got the HiveOS statistics page open, and I'll leave a link in the video description in case you wanted to go and have a look for yourself. But as you can see here, Casper is the most popular coin still, followed by Ethereum Classic, Ironfish, Nexa, Radiant, Raven, and Zilliqa. So those are the most popular coins. Now, this doesn't really paint a full story, and if you have a look at the data that I track monthly, you'll see what's actually happening here. And if I just flick over to my sheet, and again, I'll leave a link in the video description in case you wanted to go and have a look at this. But as you can see here, Ethereum Classic is continuing its downward trend. So as you can see here, going back to December, it was 25 and it's now 12. So it's lost almost half the hash rate between then and now. So it's dropped off another 4%. As you can see here, Casper also dropped off massively. And this is again, obviously FPGAs and now ASICs are on the Casper network. So it's probably GPUs switching over to the more profitable coins. And that's also the other thing. There's been a lot of price volatility in Casper's price the last couple of weeks. So that doesn't surprise me at all. We did see Ravencoin dropping off a little bit here, another 2% it's lost. And you would see here it's continuing to lose hash rate. Maybe it's a good time to jump back on Ravencoin. But also the other thing that you would notice here is Radiant. So, Radiant has got a lot of hash power. And again, profitability is a big thing there. Now, you would see here Nexa gained a little bit, Zilliqa gained a little bit. But obviously what people are mining at this specific point in time, or one of the most popular stuff that people are mining, is Ironfish. So you can see a lot of the hash rate has moved across potentially from Casper onto Radiant and Ironfish. Now, the next metric that we are going to have a look at is market share. So I'm just going to jump back to HiveOS and scroll a little bit further down. And as you can see here, the GPU brand, so it's now at a 70-30 split between Nvidia and AMD. So this has been trending in this direction for the longest time. And if I just flick over to my sheet here, you can see it's been slowly trending more Nvidia's favor. And that doesn't surprise me really that much. Nvidia GPUs are just easier to mine with. They generally are more versatile and more end user friendly in terms of overclock. So that doesn't really surprise me that we have seen more and more Nvidia GPUs gaining market share in terms of mining. Now, the next thing that we're going to have a look at is the most popular models, specifically for Nvidia. So if I just flick back over to HiveOS, and as you can see here, the 3070 is still the most popular Nvidia GPU, followed by the 1660 Super, followed by the 3060 Ti. So it's not a real surprise that the most efficient GPUs tend to be here at the top. And if you specifically have a look at the changes from month to month, there isn't really anything really interesting to report. There hasn't been a big drop off or a big tick up. I did also have a look and see if I could find the 40 series within the list. And to be honest, there isn't a much 40 series within the list. The first one popping up here, which is the highest, is a 4090 at 0.16 percentage. So the 40 series hasn't really shown up here high up in the number stack. So maybe as it matures, we probably will see a bit more of the 40 series. They are efficient, at least from what I could see and what people are using, but they are still expensive, at least in my opinion. So I don't expect to find them here anytime soon. Now, shifting focus to the AMD GPUs, and it's no surprise to me at least, the GOAT is still on top here, the RX 580, followed by the RX 5700 XT, followed by the RX 5570, and 6700 XT and 6600. So those are, and has been probably for the longest time, the most popular AMD GPUs. And if you have a look at the month-to-month change here, if I just flick over, again, similar to Nvidia, I really didn't see any big changes here that prompted me to spot a specific trend here. The general trend is people are still retiring some of the older GPUs in favor of some of the newer ones, and that you can see here in terms of the 580 here. So it's dwindling down the last couple of months, and again, probably almost lost another percent, followed by the 574 gig card as well, and that has been replaced by potentially some of the more efficient GPUs. But there isn't really big moves specifically here. Also, I didn't find any real GPU numbers in terms of the newer generation of AMD GPUs, unfortunately. Now, the last thing that we're going to do is have a look at the mining software. And if I just jump back to HiveOS here and scroll a little bit further down, and as you can see here, the most popular mining software that people are using is LOL Miner, followed by Team Red Miner, BZ Miner, and Rigel Miner. So that's actually interesting. And if I just flick back to my month-to-month tracking here, you can see here the biggest winner this month has been BZ Miner. They've gained from 3% to 11%, and the same with Rigel. So I only started tracking Rigel this month, but they managed to gain a lot of market share. I suspect this is to do with all of the new coins that has come out, specifically Ironfish. And as you can see here across the board, most of the typical mining softwares has basically bled some users, and people have moved over to BZ Miner and Rigel Miner by looking at these stats.
That's it for this video, guys. If you've liked the video, please like the video and maybe even considering subscribing to the channel. If you didn't, please specify in the comments what you would like me to change. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.